this morning in the last hour, we received an update from U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane, from the Pentagon about Saturday night's U.S. attack on Iran. Now, they say the attack was not about regime change and America is not seeking war.
Last night, on the President's orders, U.S. Central Command, under the command of General Eric Kurilla, executed Operation Midnight Hammer, a deliberate and precise strike against 3 Iranian nuclear facilities. This was a complex and high-risk mission carried out with exceptional skill and discipline by our joint force.
This news conference comes as President Trump is describing the U.S. military strikes on those 3 nuclear sites in Iran as, quote, spectacular military success. President Trump addressed the nation from the White House Saturday night after that attack. Michael Yoshida has more.
The United States has struck several key Iranian nuclear facilities. Saturday night at the White House, President Donald Trump spoke about the military operation.
The strikes were a spectacular military success.
President Donald Trump addressing the nation, announcing the United States had, in his words, successfully hit Iranian nuclear sites.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
3 sites were targeted: Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. American B-2 bombers were used in the weekend operation. Sources say the strikes involved so-called bunker buster bombs, 30,000-pound bombs with 6,000 pounds of explosives. It's believed to be the only ordnance able to reach deeply buried facilities, and it's the first known instance of the bomb being used in a military strike.
Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
Trump had been weighing military action for days. American officials had said the president preferred finding a diplomatic solution to the Israel-Iran conflict, but only if the Iranians were more forthcoming towards negotiations and willing to make significant concessions. Thursday, the president gave himself 2 weeks to make a decision. 2 days later, as attacks continued between Israel and Iran, the president ordered the U.S. strikes. Saturday night, Trump saying now is the time to make a deal.
There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days.
Hours after the U.S.'s attack on Iran, Iran fired missiles at Israel. It caused significant damage to both Tel Aviv and the northern city of Haifa. 86 people were admitted to the hospital with injuries ranging from anxiety to being moderately wounded. Also new this morning, Iran's foreign minister is responding to the U.S.'s attack, saying diplomacy is not an option after the strike, saying while the, quote, door to diplomacy should always be open, this is not the case right now. New this morning, we are hearing from Georgia lawmakers about this attack. U.S. Georgia Democratic Senator Jon Ossoff, who is also a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee, released this statement late Saturday night saying, quote, I pray for the safety of U.S. military service members deployed around the world and express my admiration for their courage and professionalism. Congress must be promptly and fully briefed on tonight's operation and consulted on the administration's strategy. Now, the Republican Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, saying, quote, America can never allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Thank you to President Trump, our service members and intelligence personnel and administration officials who conducted this successful operation. The DeKalb County CEO Lorraine Cochran Johnson also issued a statement regarding the safety of people here at home. She says in part, quote, DeKalb County is home to a vibrant and diverse population, including many residents with deep ties to international communities. While we await further information and guidance from federal officials, please know that the safety and well-being of all DeKalb County residents remains our top priority. And happening today, an emergency protest is now planned for people who are against the U.S.'s attack on Iran. The protest against both the U.S. and Israel's actions in Iran is happening this afternoon at 4 at the corner of Marietta Street Northwest and Centennial Olympic Park Drive. We will have more coverage on the U.S.'s strike in Iran in our next half hour, including our discussion with NBC's Meet the Press host Kristen Welker, who talked about President Donald Trump. She spoke with the president after that attack.